GBHBL and Damon here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhbl.com for short. And it's a tier list where we're going to do a very simple, short ranking of the usefulness of the Majora's masks. Yep. It's as simple as that, really. You already kind of know which ones are useful and which ones aren't. But I guess some of them, which have a bit more use, it's more about how often you use them and what you use them for more than anything else. Of course, some of them were necessary to use. Some of them were just for show and rewards more than anything else. Those would kind of judge on, I guess, whether or not it was worth the journey more than anything else. Yeah. We have the best, very useful, good, rarely used, as in you rarely used it, or pointless, you just never fucking used the damn thing. We'll probably start off this tier list, really, with the four major ones, the transformation masks. And when you unlock them all, this is more about which one you regularly use when you had them unlocked to kind of navigate around the world. Let's start with the Deku mask. This, of course, transfers you into a Deku scrub, which, thanks to upgrades later on, allows you to kind of hover and float. I think that's its biggest use. And, of course, all the masks individually are used in their own dungeons. But outside of in the world, I would argue I use Deku mask more than any other.
A lot,
More than any other. So, for me, you used it a lot as well?
A lot,
The best or very useful?
I think probably the best because I
probably used it the most because of the hovering thing.
So I always remember having that in my main. I don't know what you call it, but
the button layout.
It was always on there.
Okay, let's start off by one of the best. All right, cool. The Goron mask. Of course, it turns into Goron. Biggest thing about speed and rolling. This is the opposite. Rarely used it outside of its dungeon because it's very hard to control when moving, like the speed. They're moving really fast. When not using it, you're just big and slow. So for me, the opposite. Rarely used. Not pointless, but rarely used.
Yeah, it's definitely around like good and rarely used. Because again, like I said, it was only mainly for your dungeon. Alright,
then we should put it in good because of the dungeon use. Yeah, I suppose. Okay, let's put it in good because of the dungeon use.
It's part of the story, so you
kind of have no choice. What about the Zora mask? Did you use that a bit more? Or was it, again, similar to just like...
Again, it was mainly for a dungeon, really. And obviously, if you need to do any swimming parts. So, but again, I would stick it in good. Because you only ever used it when it was necessary.
Yeah, but what about like when so you in the dungeon? But what about when you used it? Did you not just use it in that area, the sort of beachy area? I mean, because you used it for swimming, because you were swimming fast and stuff like that. Yeah. Good then, innit? Really. But it was faster to move as the Zoro, so I would have put it higher than the Goron. Fierce Deities mask. So this is where you get all 20 normal masks and complete the trials inside the moon. You can only use it to assume the Fierce Deity Link form, but only on boss rooms. Pointless. Well, no, not pointless. Rarely used. Rarely used. Because of that.
Yeah, rarely used.
Yeah, there's not really a lot we can actually kind of say about it. It's rarely used in the game. That now brings us to the actual important part, the collectibles. The collectible masks. And we begin with the Great Fairy Mask. So you can obtain this after you get your Ocarina of Time. And you use it to collect all the stray fairies in various temples. The mask will float and shimmer when there's a stray fairy in the room, and those stray fairies will fly towards Link unless they're trapped. That's it.
Very useful, I think.
Did you use it a lot?
If you're going for the collectibles for fairies, then it's useful, but...
You won't not really collect them fairies, they refill your health. Alright, now let's say, alright, on that basis, it's going to be more useful than a lot of them. Yeah. So in theory, it is very useful because you do collect a lot of fairies for the health because you're putting them in jars, aren't you? So I'll buy into that. I'll buy into your argument. Kefei's mask. So this is where a mask you wear. You get it from the mayor. It's where you wear this mask to ask people about Kefei as part of the Anju and Kefei quest. So remember that really long quest of their love that takes over 3 days. At the very start of that, you're given this mask to then be asked people and locate where Kefei might be. Right. So it has a slight use.
It does have, but again, this goes on preference whether or not you enjoyed the task too, because obviously it was over 3 days too.
Oh, I loved it. I think it's one of the most memorable aspects.
Exactly. So.
Rarely used though, because once you find out where he is and what the next stage is, you don't use it.
Yeah, because obviously we're basing it on the use of the mask.
Yeah.
So again, it's rarely used.
After the Fierce Deity, because Fierce Deity you use against bosses. Brrraaains mask. This is a mask that causes Link to play marching music on the Ocarina of Time, causing small animals to parade behind him. You use it at the Cuckoo Shack at Romani Ranch to make all the 10 baby chickens grow spontaneously, one by one. And that's how you complete that quest. Got to use one place and one place only.
I would just go pointless, but then because it is used for a quest, then it's got surely.
It's pointless, dude. It's pointless. Yeah. It's pointless. Yeah. It's one of those small quests. I think it gives you a heart piece, and that's about it. It's pointless. Yeah. Camaro's Mask. Wearing Camaro's Mask allows Link to perform Camaro's dance. If he goes to West Clocktown during the first or second night, you'll find the Rosa sisters practicing. You use Camaro's Mask to teach them to dance and get a piece of heart. That's it. It's the only use of it.
Again, it's pointless.
Piece of heart? Is it pointless?
I mean, if you're going for all the collectibles,
goes alongside it. Yeah, I agree. Less pointless, but the question is how often you use this thing. It's the Blast Mask. It works as an alternative to using bombs. Let's call it. It goes in your face and you can detonate it as a bomb, but you will take damage. I never knew this ever until now. I've just read it. To stop yourself taking damage, shield. So you blow up, and you won't take damage, and still works like a bomb. So that makes it very useful, because you basically don't need to carry bombs anymore.
Carry bombs, yeah.
I'd say top are very useful.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
There is one for the best that's going to go to the top.
Oh, yeah.
And it's now.
Yeah.
It's the Buddy Hood. The Buddy Hood. Did you remember the Buddy Hood in the original Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything. No. You just wear it.
Yep.
In Majora's Mask, they made sure it meant something.
Yep.
It makes you faster.
Run
faster. That is all its use is, and you will have this hat on.
Yes.
Mask on all the time.
Yep.
So it's the best.
Yep.
Top of the best. Agreed?
Easily.
Easily. Big up the Bunny Hood. Keaton Mask. So basically, again, it was just a mask in Ocarina of Time, but Majora's Mask, it allows Link to summon a Keaton by attacking one of the circle bushes that come to life when bothered. After they disappear, the Keaton will appear and ask a quiz, answer the questions correctly, earn a piece of heart. Pointless.
Yeah, pointless.
Goes alongside the others. You can say, oh, but it's got a point because you want a piece of heart, but that's not enough.
No.
We want it to affect gameplay. Gameplay affecting. Postman's Hat. Wearing the Postman's Hat allows Link to get rupees out of the post box around Clocktown. The first time the post box is Clocktown and the exit is checked, Link will receive a piece of heart.
Pointless game.
No, I'm going to put this in rarely used.
Okay.
Because you get rupees consistently out of the post boxes. That means it's got more of a use. It's not just a piece of heart.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
But bottom, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. Because Kanji's part of a bigger quest. Mask of Truth. Actually appeared in Ocarina of Time where it actually had a use.
Yeah.
Here it's got a similar thing. It allows Link to read the minds of small animals when he picks them up. Did you know it did that?
Nope.
It can also be taken advantage of at the Doggo Track Race, as it tells Link the feelings of the race dogs, increasing his chances of winning his bet. So when you're betting on the dog races. It also gives him the wherewithal to understand Gossip Stone. So the same thing from the first. So I think this one's pretty decent.
Yeah. Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Bottom of good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mask of Sense. Do you remember this one? Clearly not.
No.
The Mask of Sense shows sense as coloured trails, similar to Wolf Link's sense in Twilight Princess. The primary use of this is to detect magic mushrooms in the Woods of Mystery. Battling one and bringing it to Kotaki, allow her to make the blue potion, which she'll give to Link for free and thanks. There are also scents in other random areas, including the bathroom to stop putting in. So it's about smelling scents and finding your way with that. So, I'll be honest, probably never used it.
I don't even recognise it.
Rarely used, bottom of it. Because it has got a use, but I don't think either of us ever really took advantage of it. Don Giro's Mask. The Don Giro's Mask allows Link to recruit the Fog Choir members to reunite them at the lake in the mountain village, and that's it. Pointless. Yep, goes alongside the others. One thing and one thing only. Romani's Mask. Wearing Romani's Mask allows Link to get into and purchase milk at the milk bar in Clocktown. I'm going to put this one in good, because I use this a lot to get access to the milk bar ranch. Because milk refills your health quite a lot. Yeah. So I feel like this one deserves to go on good. Maybe even above Mask of Truth. Yeah. Because I used it a lot. Giro's Mask. The Giro's Mask is required to enter Akana Canyon. When wearing the mask at the base of the cliff wall, a mysterious figure atop of the cliff summons a dead tree that Link can hookshot into. In certain areas around Akana, it will also cost Garros to appear. Defeat them in duels to get hint. It also causes re-deads to dance on the spot and become non-hostile. Now, I rarely use this, but that sounds like it's got a lot of use.
I mean, I didn't know about the re-dead thing. But
No, I don't remember that either, but that seems really useful because re-deads are a pain.
I rarely used it too, but apart from obviously to get into the canyon.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah.
So rarely used, but maybe above Postman's hat.
Yeah, yeah.
No, let's put it after Fierce Deity, ahead of your man's hat. The Captain's hat. Wear the Captain's hat to speak with and command the warriors of Akana, including the Stole Children. Wearing it in rooms where there are re-deads will cause them to dance on the spot, making it very easy to defeat. So it's very similar.
Yeah.
So it goes alongside it.
Yep.
Stone Mask. Wear the Stone Mask to be ignored by guards that would normally throw Link out, such as those in Deku Palace and Pirate's Fortress. It also causes Link to be ignored by many of the various enemies in the game. Again, another one I used a ton.
Yeah.
So this one's very useful, I think.
Very useful, yeah.
And I think after the bomb one, but ahead of the fairy.
Yeah.
That's the Stone Mask there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are some more that we used more than we remember. The Circus/Troop Leader's Mask. Used to cause the Gorman brothers to become non-hostile when helping Cremia deliver her milk to Clocktown. Obtaining the Circus Leader Mask requires accessing the milk bar, which is only possible after completing the Protect the Milk quest once. So, that sounds like a really useful thing. Where you can, you know when they're chasing and attacking the car, it's actually quite hard. You could use the mask to stop them. Except, you need to have done the fucking quest to even get the mask.
Yeah,
so it's pointless.
Yeah.
Pointless. Bottom of pointless. The worst.
I don't even recognise that mask.
Because you probably never used it. Because once you find out what it is, you're like, well, I'm not doing it. I've done the quest. I'm not going to do it. All-Night Mask. The All-Night Mask has only one use. To listen to Anju's grandmother's story, which always make Link fall asleep. Wearing this mask, he will stay awake and be able to continue the quest. So, probably alongside Kafu, right?
Yeah.
But after, because it's got less of a use.
Yeah,
the Gibdo Mask. The Gibdo Mask renders Gibdos non-hostile and communicative. Used to navigate beneath the well.
Yeah.
I know I used it.
It's useful because obviously it will...
Put it alongside the others that make things non-hostile, yeah? Two left, the Couple's Mask. There's nothing to this mask. It will give you a piece of heart. It is the mask that's given to you after completing the Anju and Kafu storyline. Yep. So unfortunately, it is pointless.
Pointless, yeah, completely.
But let's just put it top, because at least it's part of the long quest.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the Giant's Mask. The Giant's Mask turns Link into a giant version of himself, but can only be used to battle Twin Mold, the boss of the Stone Tower Temple.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes it rarely used alongside Fierce Deity, innit?
Yeah, unfortunately, because that would have been a good...
But yeah, you use it one place and one place alone, similar to the Fierce Deity Mask. So we decided two were the best, the Deku and the Bunny.
Yep.
Which is correct, they're the two I use the most.
Constantly, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. What do you reckon? Do you use some of these masks more than we do? Or you got more favourites, I guess, more than anything else?
Yep.
Let us know in the comments.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?